Hello folks, in the previous video we looked at converting mixed numbers into improper fractions, and just as a quick recap of that, if we wanted to convert 4 2/3 to an improper fraction, well, the denominator is the same, the denominator is 3, but then to find the numerator of our improper fraction we multiplied the whole number of our mixed number by the denominator and then we added on the numerator. So 4 times 3 is 12, 12 plus 2 is 14. So when we convert it to an improper fraction, we have 14/3. So in this video, we are going to do the reverse. We're going to go from our improper fraction back to our mixed number. So let's just pick a random improper fraction. Let's say we've got 17/5, and we want to convert that into a mixed number. Now the first thing we want to identify is how many whole numbers there are in this improper fraction. So to work that out, we're just going to do 17 divided by 5. We want to know how many times does 5 go into 17. So how many times does 5 go into 17? And it goes 3 times, because 5 times 3 is 15, and we can't do, it won't go 4 times because 5 times 4 is 20, so it only goes in 3 times. So the whole number part of our mixed number is 3, and we can see here that we've got 2 left over. Because 5 times 3 is 15, we want to get to 17, so we've got 2 left over. So the mixed number is going to be 3 2/5. Remember, the denominator stays the same. And just to check that we've got the right answer, we can go the opposite way. So 3 times 5 is 15, 15 plus 2 is 17. So we are correct. Okay, let's do one more. Let's say we've got 33/9. So again, the first thing we want to do is identify how many whole numbers there are in this improper fraction first. So we're just going to do 33 divided by 9. So 33 divided by 9. 9 times 4 is 36. That's too much, so it's got to be 3. So the whole number part of our mixed number is going to be 3 again. And then the fraction, we're just working out how many is left over. So 9 times 3 is 27. And we want to get to 33. So there is 6 left over. So it's going to be 6 out of 9. 3 6/9. And just like before, we can check our answer. So 3 times 9 is 27. 27 plus 6 is 33. So we have got the correct answer. However, the eagle-eyed among you may have spotted that this can be simplified a bit further. So 6/9 can be simplified as 2/3. So we can rewrite this as 3 2/3. Okay, so I've got some here for you to have a go at. So pause the video and see if you can convert these improper fractions into mixed numbers and simplify your answers if you can. Okay, the first one, so 7/5. Well, how many times does 5 go into 7? Well, it only goes once. So 1 times 5 is 5, and then to get to 7, we've got 2 left over. So it's going to be 1 2/5. Okay, number 2, how many times does 4 go into 11? Well, 4 goes into 11 twice. 4 times 2 is 8, and to get to 11 we've got 3 left over, so it's going to be 2 3/4. Okay, number 3, well, I think about the 10 times table. 5 times 10 is 50, and we're going to have 1 left over, so it's going to be 5 1/10. Question 4, our 12 times table. Well, 12 times 2 is 24, so the whole number is going to be 2, and then if we've got 24, we've got 5 left over until we get to 29, so it's going to be 5/12. Okay, none of these need simplifying at the moment. Question 5, 15. How many times does 15 go to 47? Well, 15 times 3 is 45. So the whole number is going to be 3. And then we've got 2 left over. To go from 45 to 47, we've got 2 left over. So it's going to be 3 2/15. Question 6, 20. Well, 20 times 5 is 100. So we're just less than 100. So it's going to be 4. And that means we're going to have 19 left over. It's going to be 19 out of 20. So question number 7, how many times does 4 go into 18? Well, 4 goes into 18 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16, so we've got 2 left over, so it's 4 2/4. But this one can be simplified. 2/4 is the same as a half, so we can say that this is 4 1/2. And the last one, how many times does 14 go into 60? Well, if we do our 14 times table, 14, 28, 42, 56, and it looks like we're going to have to stop there because there's only 4 more left until we get to 60. So the whole number is going to be 4 and 4 times 14 is 56, so we've got 4 left over. That's 4 and 4 over 14, and this can also be simplified. 4/14, we can divide the numerator and the denominator by 2. That gives us 4 and 2/7. Now I just want to draw your attention to question 7 and question 8, because these are the ones we had to simplify after we converted them into mixed numbers. Now there is a method you can use where you do not need to simplify your final answer. And how we do that is we can just simplify the improper fraction to begin with. So 18 over 4, well, if we divide the numerator and the denominator by 2, that gives us 9 over 2. And now we've already simplified this, we can convert this to a mixed number, because how many times does 2 go into 9? Well, 2 times 4 is 8. So we've got 4, and then we've got 1 left over. So our answer is 4.5, which is what we got here, but we just didn't need to simplify our final answer. And if we do the same for question 8, 60 over 14, again we can divide the numerator and the denominator by 2. So that gives us 30 over 7. And now we can just work out how many times does 7 go into 30. Well, 7 times 4 is 28. So our whole number is going to be 4, and we'll have 2 left over. So it's going to be 2 out of 7. And just like before, we have the same answer. So there's 2 ways you could do this. You can convert them to a mixed number first and then simplify. Or you can simplify the improper fraction first and then convert it to a mixed number. And I think I prefer this second method, the one I did in green, and the reason for that is just because we'll be dealing with smaller numbers than we were to begin with.